Hey guys, so today is Friday, January 20th. So I just wanted to vlog a little bit, maybe like 5 minutes hopefully, but something that's been on my heart a lot in the past few days. It's been a long time since I vlogged, so I'm going to be talking about, obviously, my fangirl life. um, and I just wanted to give a few thoughts too. I don't know. I like something that keeps coming around over and over again for me is like I do dedicate a significant amount I do dedicate a significant amount of my time investing into BTS, and um I don't know, like something that's hitting me is just like like I don't know, like I honestly don't even know how to word it, but I know that every fangirl goes through it, and it's just this like I dedicate so much time, and it's not like the question isn't like what am I gonna get back? It's just I feel like the relationship between me as a fan and BTS is like even further away, and I think what I mean by that is like that the fandom is growing at a significant rate, and um, I don't know why, and I actually do know why, but I mean like the fandom's just growing at such a significant rate that I feel like I am becoming more and more insignificant, and I've had this like similar vlog before, but I just feel it a lot more strongly recently, and like I was just rewatching Rookie King today, or like in the past few weeks. Like I've been sporadically watching it at lunch while I'm at work, and like I'll like if something funny happens, like I'll screenshot it and tweet it, and there's just so many of my Twitter followers that are like, "Oh, what is that?" Like I've never heard of that. Like what is that show? Like where is this from? Oh, what song is he talking about? And like for me, like like for me, like I don't know why, but being in an army for so long, I was like, do your research, like honestly I just didn't reply to those people, and it's not like I have anything against them. It was just kind of like a wow, like we're at this point in our fandom, where like there are people who I don't know, I can't even like I'm trying to be sensitive to all those topics, but I think my point is just that the fandom is growing at a significant rate, and I feel like I'm becoming more and more insignificant, and then like I just keep thinking like like BTS will never like well for sure like never notice me. And it's like it's not like it was like it's not like my chances were higher before, but it did feel a lot more personal, It did feel like, oh, like if they were talking to us, they would be talking to like 2,000 of us, or like 10,000 of us. And now it's like now they're talking to us and they're talking to 4 million of us, And it's just like it was just, like for me, like it just kind of felt nice to have them as a personal thing, and to be like, oh yeah, like that's my thing. And I love that can fangirl with only certain people about it. And now it's like I was a music teacher. Today was my last day at work, and like my seventh graders and my eighth graders and like one of my third graders is just like, oh, like BTS, I love BTS. And I'm like, you're a third grader, like you're 8, I'm 22, like is there something wrong here, and that just made me like really reflect, and I'm like, is there something wrong with me, like am I the wrong one? And then I really just sat and thought about it, and I was like, no, like there's nothing wrong with me, because I'm not saying there's something wrong with other people, but I'm just kind of like like this is right, because like I'm 1994 baby, that's Namjoon, that's Hosok, okay. like like I'm trying to find ways to justify it for myself. Like I love these guys because, oh right, like they are my age, like that makes sense, they are my age and older, like Yoongi and Jin. And then I'm looking at these little girls and I'm like, what? Like I don't know, like that just kind of just surprises me. But I'm not judging younger fans or anything. I'm just kind of like, if for me as a fan who's been here for like 3 years, I just kind of feel like, whoa, like this is where our fandom is, you know, like the reality is that this is where our fandom is in this time. And I wasn't here since the beginning. So of course, like I was just here when they were just starting to, you know, I literally came in born just one day era, you know, and it was like, yeah, like they already had an established group of people, you know, like fans, and I'm appreciative for those fans. Um, but I think those fans who were like even there before, you know, like even there from the beginning, like I'm pretty sure they're like feeling a lot more of this. But I think like personally, what I'm just trying to say is like I feel so insignificant that it's not like I'm gonna stop supporting them. It's just a matter of I'm trying to figure out like where do I stand, you know, like in the fandom. And the point is like, but not in the fandom. That's the wrong way of saying it. Like, where do I stand as a fan to the boys? You know, and it's not like I need to be significant. You know, I just kind of feel like the relationship isn't the same anymore. Um, and some, you know, like sometimes change is good, but in this case, it doesn't feel so good. Just because it's, you know, like Namjoon said at muster, you know, even though the stage between us gets bigger and bigger, does it mean that like our hearts are like, you know, expanding from each other? Like it's not like our hearts are like being, you know, torn away from each other because the stage gets bigger. And I understand, and that was really comforting to hear that, but at the same time it was just kind of like, but is it, you know, like at the same time it was like, but it kind of feels like our hearts aren't as close anymore, you know? And I think it was just, I know for me as a fan, it's just like the selfish, you know, point of view, but also just like, I don't know, I just really value them, you know, value BTS in general because of my own personal experiences. And I think that's the same for everyone. But I don't know, like something that I keep coming over and over again with is like, where am I? Like, where do I stand? Like, who am I as a fan to them? And it's like, I'm nothing, but I don't want to stop supporting them, so I won't. And the reason why I am in this fandom is because I love them. So, like, I'm not taking away, like, I'm not gonna let the fandom ruin, like, what I feel for the boys. Um, but at the same time, like, you can't not let it affect what you feel because then you are like literally like one of the stars in a Milky Way. Like like you are literally one of the stars in the billions of stars in the Milky Way. And it just, and that's where I tweeted earlier and I was like, man, like where do I stand? You know, I feel like I'm a dwarf star, you know, like actually one of the most dimmed stars in the Milky Way. Where like it doesn't even matter. Like when they look at fans, they're like they see millions of us, and they're like awesome. And that's it, you know. And it's not like they can cater to all of us, and that's okay, you know. They just, you know, they're not. That's not physically possible. But I think I don't know. Like honestly, I don't know what to do. I just kind of feel like I want to meet BTS on a like artist to artist level one day, and that is one of my goals, is to be like, oh yeah, like I'm actually an established artist as well, and you know, like it'd be cool to like have rap on like RM music, hashtag RM music, one of my songs one day or something. Like that would be a dream come true. But like, you know, like as of right now, like as a fan, I'm just kind of like, where do I stand, you know? What am I like, what am I doing, you know? And like I love the boys, but I don't, but they'll never notice me, you know. And it's, I know everybody thinks like that, but I think I think my point is just like, I don't even know what to say. My something that I want to say is that one of my close friends said to me, and I consider close because we've done a lot of BTS things together just recently, but like she said to me, she was like, yeah, you know, what I'm gonna do is, she did something awesome for me, but, and then I was like, oh my god, like I was crying through Twitter, and I was like, why are you doing that for me? And she just basically said like, because you're an army that, you know, gives BTS, like you dedicate so much time to BTS, to stream, to screenshot, to update, to do all of these things, to travel, to spend all this money, to work this hard, like all of those things, you know, like you're, I guess basically she said, because you're an ARMY, that gives BTS a lot, even though you know you won't receive anything back. And I don't know, like, that really hit me, like, and that's why I was crying too, because I was like, oh my god, like, that's so true, but, like, you know, like, I love the humility in that, but at the same time, I'm just kind of like, so, like, it really makes me reflect, you know, like, so, what am I doing, you know, I don't know, like, it's just like, see, I told you, it's like this roller coaster of things, but my point is just, like, so, like, I know I'm gonna continue to do it because I can't not, like, have BTS in my life anymore, but at the same time, it's like, how am I gonna go about this, you know, and I don't know, like, I don't even know if there is an answer or, like, what I'm really trying to say, like, every fan goes through this, and it's not like my experience is irrelevant or anyone else's, but it's just kind of like, you know, I think my question is, like, where do I stand, you know, and then I realized how big our fandom's gotten because of, like, the 99 million views on Dope, on Fire music video, and, like, Dope music video, and Blood, Sweat, Tears, and those are, like, the really recent things. And then when I tweet things like Rookie King, like, nobody knows, like, barely anyone knows, like, it's just weird, like, that appalls me, that I'm like, you're a fan, but you haven't done any research, like, you're a fan because you know one song, or you're a fan because you know one album, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that, but for me, I'm just kind of like, oh, like, we're at this point in the fandom, like, we're at this point, you know, and it's not like that wasn't ever present, but, like, that's just made really aware to me recently because of my followers, you know, and I don't know why that, like, surprises me, but it just does, you know. I always had the idea of that happening, and, like, knowing that happens behind the scenes, and that is currently happening, but, like, to actually experience, like, people literally, like, live tweeting you and being like, oh, what is this, I don't know what that is, like, it was just really appalling for me to be like, so, like, you know, like, you haven't done your research, you haven't done anything, like, what, you know, like, do you not, you know anything about them, or, like, have you not even tried, you know, and there are some fans who are like, oh, I love them, like, I'm gonna go and check them out, like, full hardcore, you know, and I'm not saying, like, be hardcore, I'm just saying, like, I guess I'm just saying, like, I maybe, it just kind of frustrates me when I come up with, like, when people tweet me things like that, but at the same time, I need to be graceful, because it's not like everyone's gonna be on the same level as me, you know, as a fangirl, and it's just crazy, I don't know, like, it's just a really, like, surreal experience right now for me to, like, see that, and then to realize, oh, that the reality is that that I am in this fandom where the boys are expanding tremendously, and there's always lots of comparisons of them to EXO, and, you know, like, now I'm just kind of, like, you know, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, we're that, you know, like, we're that fandom, like, we don't have to be, but it's just a perception of that, and, like, that doesn't really bother me, it's just the fact that, you know, like, the hierarchy within the fandom only exists within the fandom, you know, and very few, like, BTS won't even notice you, like, honestly, that's just the truth, it's like, BTS will not notice you unless you're, like, a K-ARMY that has been there from the beginning, and, like, they see you continuously at fan signs, you know, and, like, that takes lots of shit all the time, you know, but then they recognize those people, you know, and, like, you can't get mad that they know those people, because those are fans from the beginning, and they actually go to literally everything, you know, and, yeah, I don't know, like, I just kind of feel like, what have I been doing, you know, like, why am I not in Korea and doing that, because I dedicate so much time, but at the same time, I'm like, now, it's like, I hate it, because, like, now we're in this part in the fandom where it's like, it's too late to do those things, and it's, like, it's not too late, but it is, because there's so many people already doing it, you know what I mean, so the point is, like, there's just so many, like, fan sites recently. Like, it's crazy, you know. A lot of people have just become fans that currently live in Korea, and they're just kind of like, oh, like, now I'm gonna become like a fan site. And it's like, there's just so many of those right now. And so for me, I'm kind of like, if there's so many of that, like, the demand is different to the point where you're not needed, you know. Like, me personally, like, it's just like, there's no significance in you going to Korea and actually doing that. So, and so for me, I'm kind of like, so then, like, what am I gonna do, you know? And I'm coming back to square one, where it's just, I have this, like, reflection of, you know, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just frustrated because I need to find the humility within it and, like, accept that that's okay, and contentment in finding that, like, and finding contentment in that, you know. And so, I don't know, I guess that's just what I wanted to say. I think today especially, it's just kind of like riled me up because I was watching Ricky King, and just so many tweets of people being like, what's that, who's that, and like, oh, like, what song was this, or what album is this from, or I've never heard the song before, you know. And it's, for me, I'm like, oh my god, you've never heard, you know, like, Outro, Does That Make Sense before, you know, like that just drives me nuts, you know. I'm like, how do you not know every BTS song? But it's like, well, duh, because not everyone is, like, you know, not everyone's gonna know everything, and that's okay, you know. But I guess for me as a fangirl, it's just kind of like, I just wish people would, like, do their research first before they, like, have an opinion about something, you know, or tweet about something. And I don't know, maybe I need to come from a humble side and just accept that not everyone knows everything that I do, and I don't know, like, there's details that I don't know about the boys, you know, that other people know. And so I need to find grace in that too with others when I'm in that position. So I don't know, I feel like I'm going around in circles, and this is about 17 minutes, but I'm gonna stop talking because I can talk about this forever. But it's just recently come up, like, continuously, and in my life, where I'm thinking, like, what's happening, you know. And I think this is part of the growing up process of, do I still want BTS in my life or do I not? But the thing is, like, I'm not even thinking of the do I not. Like, it's just a matter of, like, so, like, where do I stand, you know, like, in having them in my life? Like, where are they in my life then, you know? And I don't know, like, honestly, I still want to pursue who I am, and, like, looking to them gives me lots of motivation to continue to do what I do best as an artist, to sing and to play and, you know, to perform. But at the same time, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Anyways, okay, I'm gonna stop talking. But this video has, like, no edits. It's just straight up from my photo booth on my MacBook. So anyways, have a great day, have a great Friday. This was my last day of work, so I'm, like, super excited. And yeah, I'm gonna go celebrate and do some things and make new plans and find freedom in this liberation. Anyways, alright, okay, bye, you guys.